Come closer. The shadows have missed you, and tonight they have a new story to tell. Welcome to Scary Stories After Dark. The first thing you hear is the river. Not gentle, not calm, but a black current gnawing at its banks like it wants to drag the earth itself under. On stormy nights, people swear it screams. Miserybridge rises out of the fog like something half dead. Its beams bow, blackened and slick with rot, nails poking out like rusted thorns. Planks shift with every breeze, groaning as though the wood itself remembers the weight of every soul that ever crossed. And carved into those planks, names, dozens of them, some shallow scratches, others gouged deep until the wood splintered. Some have been clawed away entirely, as though the bridge itself refused to keep them. Near the first plank sits a single shoe. A rotting backpack leans against the railing. Nothing else ever comes back. Not bodies, not bones, only things. The townspeople whisper, the bridge keeps what it wants, and no one, no child, no hunter, no wanderer dares cross anymore. Except tonight. 5 friends stand at the mouth of Miserybridge, flashlights trembling in their hands. Their breaths fog the air, but none of them speak. The legend says if you listen long enough, you can hear voices in the water, crying, whispering, begging you to follow. The leader tightens her grip on her light. Her jaw is set, but her knuckles are white because she knows one of those voices. Her brother's name is carved into the wood, and she's done waiting for answers. The silence stretches too long, so Rafe breaks it first. He always does. Looks like it's still standing, he mutters, kicking at a loose stone, trying too hard to sound casual. His flashlight beam cuts through the mist, landing on the first plank. It creaks without being touched. I mean, maybe it's not that bad. Maybe, Jade fires back, hugging her jacket closer. Her sarcasm is her shield, but her voice still trembles. Sure, right. And maybe the last 20 people just tripped into the river and forgot how to swim. Beside her, Milo doesn't speak. His eyes are fixed on the carved names in the wood, lips pressed thin. When the beam of his light falls on one in particular, Evan, he flinches like he's been struck. He doesn't look at his sister, but she feels it anyway. Lena, the leader, the one who dragged them all here. It's just a bridge, Lena whispers, as if trying to convince herself. Her brother's name carved there feels like it's watching her, waiting. And I'm crossing it, with or without you. Silence again, the kind that makes the water seem louder, the mist thicker, the whispers clearer. Finally, Iris, quiet, sensitive, the one who always notices too much, points her light out into the fog. The beam doesn't reach the middle of the bridge. It just dies there, swallowed whole. What if they're still out there? She asks softly. Rafe forces a laugh. Yeah, sure. They're just camping in evil Narnia on the other side, making s'mores with the dead. But no one laughs with him, because deep down, every one of them wonders the same thing. If you vanish on Miserybridge, do you vanish into nothing or into somewhere? Lena takes the first step forward. The plank groans under her weight. Somewhere beneath the rushing black water, a voice rises, faint, strained, a whisper tangled in the current. She doesn't stop. The wood shudders under Lena's weight. Her flashlight beam dances across the planks, lighting the splintered carvings of names beneath her boots. She swears the grooves look fresh, as if the wood never ages, never heals. The others hesitate on the dirt path, staring at her. "Unbelievable," Jade mutters, tossing her hair back like it'll cover how pale her face has gone. "We're really doing this. Also, Lena can prove her brother didn't just, run away, drown, get beamed up by bridge aliens?" "Shut up, Jade," Milo snaps. It comes out sharper than he means. His voice wavers. Jade smirks, but her eyes dart to the water below. "I'm just saying, somebody has to narrate this train wreck." Rafe exhales hard, clapping Milo on the shoulder. "Hey, if she's going, we're going. It's the law of bad horror movies. Nobody gets to split up, right?" He tries for a grin, but it doesn't stick. Iris lingers behind, scanning the mist. The fog curls unnaturally, thickening in spots, thinning in others, as if something moves inside it. Her grip tightens on her flashlight. "We shouldn't," she whispers, almost too quiet to hear. But Lena doesn't turn back. She takes another step, and another. Each groan of wood beneath her feels like a warning. Finally, Milo forces himself forward. His sneakers scrape the first plank. Then Rafe, with a muttered, "God help us." Jade follows, sighing dramatically as if she's rolling her eyes at death itself. Iris is last, her breath shaking. The five of them stand together now, the current raging beneath their feet. The river growls louder, or maybe it's voices beneath the surface. The water reflects nothing, not their faces, not the beams of their flashlights, just black swallowing black. Halfway across, the air shifts, cold needles their skin, the mist clutching at their throats. And then, a shape. On the far side of the bridge, at the edge of the trees, a tall, shadowed figure motionless watching. The Keeper. "Do you see that?" Iris asks, her voice a tremor. Jade laughs nervously, too loud. "Oh, good. The welcoming committee. Fantastic. Can't wait to see if it takes cash or souls." But Lena doesn't stop. Her light wavers, but she keeps walking, because somewhere deep in the roar of the current, a voice rises above the rest, faint, familiar. Her brother's voice. The bridge groans like something alive, every plank flexing under their weight. Lena forces herself forward, flashlight beam trembling across the mist. Behind her, the others shuffle closer, shoulder to shoulder, because none of them wants to be last. The river below rages black, the spray rising in icy bursts. Yet beneath the roar, the whispers don't stop. Come back. Stay. Follow. Hundreds of voices, tangled like weeds in the current. "Tell me I'm not hearing that," Milo mutters, his voice thin. "You're not hearing that," Rafe says instantly. Then, after a beat, "Okay, fine, you're definitely hearing that." Jade barks out a laugh, but it cracks halfway. "Great. So not only are we walking to our deaths, we get a soundtrack too. Lucky us." The fog thickens. The far side of the bridge vanishes, swallowed whole. Their flashlights flicker, the beams dying short in the mist. For a moment, it feels like the bridge stretches forever. No beginning, no end, just creaking wood floating in a void. "Keep moving," Lena whispers. She doesn't look back, doesn't let them see her face pale as her brother's name gnaws at her mind. And then, a sound ahead, like footsteps, slow, heavy, matching their pace. Someone's on the bridge, Iris breathes, clutching Jade's sleeve. Impossible, Rafe says, his voice too sharp, too quick. We'd hear. The footsteps stop. All of them freeze, flashlights quivering. The fog parts for just a second, and on the far end, the shape stands again. Tall, still, watching. The keeper. It doesn't move, it doesn't breathe, but when Lena's light brushes across it, she swears something glints on its wrist. A bracelet, the one her brother wore the night he vanished. Her chest tightens, she almost calls out, but the wind cuts through the bridge with a howl and the shape dissolves back into mist. Tell me that was just fog, Jade whispers. No one answers. They keep walking, step by step. The air thickens, heavier, colder, until their breaths come ragged like they're inhaling the river itself. And then the planks under their feet shift. Not from weight, from pulse. The bridge is beating. The last plank groans under their feet, and then it's gone. No more bridge, only earth. Cold, damp soil swallows their shoes. The fog thins just enough to show the tree line ahead, the black silhouettes of woods stretching endless. They made it. But nothing feels like relief. The air is heavier here, wet and wrong, like breathing inside a grave. No crickets, no owls, just silence that presses against their skulls. The trees loom twisted, their bark scarred and pale, as though they've been burned and healed 1,000 times. Okay, Jade mutters, shoving her hands into her jacket pockets. We crossed the cursed bridge of doom. Can we go home now? Maybe order pizza, forget this nightmare exists? No one answers, because the woods shift as they step in. At first it looks like trees, branches claw upward, roots twist over each other, but then the fog pulls back further and Rafe swears under his breath. Houses. Crooked houses leaning at odd angles, rising out of the forest like rotten teeth. Their windows glow faintly, though no fires burn inside. Some doors hang open, others are bolted shut with boards splintered from within, and the worst part. Every house is familiar. They look like the homes in town, the general store, the diner, the library. But wrong. Too narrow, too tall, warped, like reflections in a funhouse mirror. This is, Milo whispers, his voice breaking. This is home. No, Lena breathes, her flashlight trembling in her hand. It looks like home. From somewhere deeper in the mirrored town, a door slams shut. The sound echoes down the empty street. The group freezes, flashlights flicking wildly, beams cutting through fog and warped buildings. No movement, no one, just that slam reverberating like the town itself is breathing. And then, just for a moment, Lena sees it again. The keeper. Standing between two crooked houses, half shrouded in mist, its head tilted as though it's listening. The faint glint of the bracelet catches her light. Evan, she whispers before she can stop herself. The figure vanishes. The street stretches crooked between the warped houses, every step echoing louder than it should. Their flashlights jitter across warped windows, warped signs, warped versions of their own lives. The diner is there, but its sign drips with rust, and the windows are fogged from the inside. The library looms taller than it should, its roof crooked like a crown bent by force. Even the church steeple tilts, its bell tolling once, softly, though no rope swings it. "Okay," Jade mutters, trying to force her sarcasm through the growing panic. "Creepy Silent Hill town, check. Ghost architecture, check. So, who's voting we get the hell out before one of these houses asks us to stay for dinner?" "Shut up," Milo hisses, but his voice shakes. He keeps his eyes down, refusing to look at the library's warped doors. They pass the general store. A single lantern flickers inside. Iris's hand tightens around Lena's arm. There's someone. But when they shine their lights in, the store is empty. Shelves sag, dust hangs like cobwebs, and on the counter, a shoe, torn, dirt-caked. Milo inhales sharply. It's the same brand his brother wore. Before anyone can speak, the fog thickens, curling low to the ground. It swallows their ankles, climbs higher, wrapping them waist-deep. The group presses together, panic bubbling. "Where's Rafe?" Lena spins. The fog coils where he stood seconds ago. His light beam is gone. His voice is gone. "Rafe!" Jade screams, shoving through the mist. Nothing, not even the sound of retreating footsteps, just silence, thick and smothering. The four of them clutch at each other, flashlights slicing through emptiness. "He was right here," Milo chokes. "He was right here." The fog shifts again. And for the briefest second, Lena swears she sees Rafe at the far end of the street, standing unnaturally still beside the keeper. His flashlight dangles useless at his side. His face is blank, eyes too white in the gloom. The keeper's head tilts, and then both figures dissolve back into fog. "Don't say it," Jade whispers, trembling. "Don't say he's gone." No one does. Because they all know, on the other side of Miserybridge, gone doesn't mean gone. The four of them stumble deeper into the crooked town, voices ragged with Rafe's name, but never answered. The fog presses heavier now, muffling sound, bending light. Every building leans closer, windows staring with blank eyes. Jade refuses to stop talking. It's the only thing keeping her upright. "He's fine, Rafe's fine. He's probably just screwing with us, right? Classic Rafe. Dumbass move. Any second he's gonna jump out and yell, 'Boo!' and then I'll kill him myself." But her voice cracks. Even Jade knows he isn't coming back. Milo suddenly stops, his flashlight beam trembling over a set of fresh carvings in the warped wood of the diner's wall. Names, new ones, letters jagged, desperate. At the bottom, one word gouged so deep it bleeds splinters. R-A-F-E. The group goes silent. Then Lena sees it. Across the crooked street, between two slanted houses, the keeper waits. The mist bends around its body, refusing to touch it. Tall, still, watching. This time, the glint is unmistakable. On its wrist, the worn leather bracelet her brother Evan never took off, the one she gave him for his 16th birthday. "Evan," she breathes, her throat tightening. The keeper tilts its head slowly, like a child hearing its name for the first time. Jade grabs her arm. "Don't." But Lena steps forward anyway, drawn by something deeper than fear. The others cling to her sleeve, but the keeper doesn't move closer. It only watches. Then, so faint it could be imagined, the whispers in the current shift. A single voice rises, clear, familiar. "Lena." Her knees almost buckle. Tears sting hot, but terror grips tighter. Because it isn't her brother's voice anymore. Not really. It's stretched, thin, hollow, threaded with something that isn't human. The keeper raises its hand slowly, not in greeting, in warning. The bracelet slides down its wrist, catching the pale light. "Evan," Lena whispers, her voice breaking. But the fog surges, the keeper dissolves, and the town exhales with a long, rattling groan as though the world itself is laughing. The crooked town groans as the 4 remaining teens stumble through it, flashlights shaking in their hands. Rafe's name still burns on the diner wall behind them. Evan's voice, twisted and hollow, echoes in Lena's skull like a curse. Every house creaks, doors slam, though no wind stirs. Shadows slip through the fog, never solid, always at the edge of sight. The mirrored town feels alive, pressing closer with every step. "We need to go," Jade hisses. Her sarcasm is gone now, stripped bare. Only fear remains. "We need to go now." They run, streets stretch too long, alleys bend back on themselves, buildings rearrange like a maze. No matter where they turn, the fog thickens, choking, hurting them. Finally, the bridge. It rises out of the mist, black and skeletal, waiting. The only way back, the only way out. But the keeper stands at its mouth. Tall, silent, watching. The bracelet glinting faintly on its wrist. Lena stops cold, chest heaving. Her flashlight beam trembles across the figure, catching only glimpses. Pale skin, hollow eyes, the faint curve of a familiar face twisted wrong. "Evan," she chokes. The keeper tilts its head again, slow and unnatural. The fog curls around its body like it belongs to it. The voices in the river roar louder, crying out, begging them to stay. "Lena," Milo shouts, grabbing her arm. "We have to move." But Lena can't. Her feet are rooted. Her brother stands only feet away, close enough that she could reach him if she dared. The keeper raises its hand again, not beckoning, not stopping. Just warning. Lena's tears blur the beam of her light. For a breath, she almost steps forward. Almost. Then the bridge itself groans, a thunderous crack beneath their feet. The planks pulse once, alive, beating like a heart. Jade yanks Lena back. "Now." The group bolts onto the bridge, planks scream under their weight, nails popping, wood splintering. The river roars, louder than ever, voices shrieking. Behind them, the keeper doesn't chase. It only watches. Halfway across, the fog thins just enough for Lena to look back. Her brother stands at the mouth of the bridge, swallowed in mist, the bracelet gleaming faintly one last time. His face, almost his face, vanishes with the fog. And then they're off, back on the dirt road, back in their world. The bridge groans once more and falls silent, still as stone. They collapse in the dirt, sobbing, gasping, alive, but not whole, because not everyone made it back, and not everything stayed behind. Somewhere deep in the mist, a lantern flickers, and Miserybridge waits. They say Miserybridge keeps what it wants, and maybe that's true. Maybe it keeps the lost, the missing, the broken, or maybe it just waits for you to be brave enough or foolish enough to step onto its planks. And when you do, you'll hear the voices in the water. You'll see the shadows in the mist, and you'll learn, too late, that no one really crosses Miserybridge. The bridge crosses you.